Hello, this is Adana, and today I want to show you my stones. Crystals, technically. Now, I keep my crystals in this little soapstone container. Here, you can see there's a design on it. This has significance to me because I did not buy it. It was a birthday or Christmas present. I don't quite remember which. But it was one of my friends from high school, and she lives in California now, so one of the sweetest, most open people, honest people that I've ever met in my entire life. So this is where I keep my crystals. There are sadly few of them, and the ones that I did get, I got at the Medieval Fair in Lake County, which I absolutely love. If you live in Ohio, you should really go to the Medieval Fair. It sounds kind of lame, and I guess it is, but I'm a historical nerd. Like, I love that kind of thing. They got jousting, and they've got acrobats, and if you go on the right days, it's every weekend from, like, July through August, and you can go, and they have, like, people dressed up as actors, and they walk around as a king and queen, and they have all kinds of stuff. I really love it, and they have a lot of displays. My favorite is you can watch someone go and, work glass. They blow glass right in front of you. But there's always a guy that's missing part of his arm. And I think they have that there not only because they can't discriminate, but to remind people that what they do is highly dangerous. And that always comes through to me. And you can buy just about anything you can imagine there. A lot of pagan items can be picked up at the Medieval Fair. It's looped in with the medieval-esque type feeling. There's a lot of pictures, paintings, sketches, all by professional artists that you can buy relatively cheap. And there's some that's more expensive, but you can also get things like, I got this ice candle from the Medieval Fair years ago, and I won't let my boyfriend burn it, but it's seen better days now, and I think when we move, we're going to burn this candle down as a symbol of our new beginning together. It's made by, it's a scent called Love Spell, which you can still smell it, even though I've had this for about 6 years now. And there is a center candle, a stick candle in it, that supposedly you can burn that down and then just replace it. But I've never burned mine down, though. My friend bought one first, and I liked it so much that I bought one. Same scent, I believe. And, yeah, she never refilled her milk, she just threw it out. But that thing was 17 bucks, that's why I didn't burn it. I just don't like burning things that are that expensive. But anyway, getting a little off track. Medieval Fair, awesome. That's where I got these crystals. They have bins where you can go and pick out any rock or crystal for like so much money, like $2 or something, and then they have them pre-packaged. That's where I got all of these. So the crystal that I probably use the most, rose quartz. As you can see, it looks a little white on my screen, but it's actually more pinkish. It's a very pale pink. I love this stone. I love looking at it. It glows in the light. I love the stone, and I love the properties of it. I use this when I meditate, because I have some self-esteem issues, and sometimes I just need a little boost, a little reminder, and that's what I get from this stone. Not only love in general, but just, it helps me get rid of the negativity and start thinking positively again, and reminds me that you have to love everyone, even the people you don't necessarily like all that much. Very good stone. Another one that I actually got was a tiny little piece of malachite. Now, I'm not sure if this is just regular malachite or if it's got a little bit of jade in it. When I looked at the pictures of the differences, it looks like it might be the kind that has a little bit of a... does it have jade? It looks like the second version. I'd have to double check. I have a copy of the list on my desktop. But this is my malachite. I'll be honest, I don't really use this one. Pretty simply because I found that I need to focus more on myself in the aspects of love and friendship and calmness and things like that, rather than the properties of malachite, which I think have something to do with prosperity and wealth or something. Again, I'd have to look. I just made a huge compilation list of correspondences for popular stones, so I'd have to double check. And finally, I got these two from one of the bins where you just pick them out, and I don't know what kind they are, but they attracted me in a really big way. I do believe they may be the same stone, the same kind of stone, but what kind? I'm not really sure. Here's the bigger piece. It's a pale green, almost like a sage color, and it's milky. It's not completely opaque, and it glows when you hold it up to the light around the edges. One side is pocked. Let me show you. Two sides are pocked. So it's slightly a bit dirty. I need to clean it off a little bit. I don't know what that is. I thought at one point it might be jade, but it's not the right coloring. So then I'm thinking maybe green aventurine. Not sure. And then the other stone is darker on one end and then the same color green on the opposite end, which is why I think they might be the same type of stone. But this one goes from like a deep forest green to this color. It's really pretty, and it glows around the lighter edges, and then it gets darker in the center and towards the darker color area. So this is the darker side, and that is the lighter side. It's got a little bit of glare. So let's do a side profile here. If you have any idea what those two stones might be, please send me a message, comment, video response. It's driving me nuts. And I'm not the best energy reader. My belief is that I learned to block that off because I used to be able to, I still pick up things without consciously realizing it sometimes, but when I try to, it's like I try too hard and I can't get anything out of it. So I have trouble trying to figure out what it is with these two. Maybe I just haven't kept them on my person long enough to really align my energies with theirs. That could be. It may be the reason why I don't really use the malachite, because I didn't baby those stones like I did my rose quartz. I took that rose quartz with me for a period of time everywhere, and my stones are tumbled. They are polished. The malachite has a tiny chip in it, but here, I don't know if you can see the chip. I don't know if it's okay to use, if it's lost some of its power or whatever, or energy. I did recently cleanse these. I cleansed these last night as part of my SBAT, which got interrupted, as always here. Very annoying. I never finish a ritual, no matter what it is, no matter what time it is, ever. But I saw a video by Mirth and Reverence, one of my favorite YouTube authors, and I've been watching hers from like the first one up, and a few of the recent ones too, but mainly I've been going in order from the oldest to up. I do that with all the people that I subscribe to. It's just a matter of time to when I get to that person. So her videos, I saw Sophia, which is her crystal ball, her sphere of clear quartz, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I want one of those. But then I started thinking, you know, I found a site where it's really cheap, nowhere near as much money as what she paid for hers. But then I started thinking, you know, how do you even know that you're going to connect to a clear quartz? Just because other people have experiences with it and that are positive doesn't necessarily mean you will. I connect to rose quartz, but does that mean I'm going to connect to other types of quartz? So I decided in the end to hold off on buying this sphere because I really wanted it. I thought it was like a 2.3, which is something like 55 millimeters or something. A little sphere. It comes with its own stand and everything. I was going to get that. It was something like $21 at one of my favorite online pagan stores. But I think I'm going to get a clear quartz tumble stone first, test it out and go from there. I understand that a larger stone has a stronger energy. I also understand that larger stones can be better for scrying, but you can scry with other surfaces such as shiny obsidian or a mirror or in water. I personally don't have much luck scrying, and to be honest, I've never actually put much effort into it. I do plan someday to make a scrying mirror, but that's about it. But there was just something about that crystal ball that she had. I think it was her relationship with it, how much she loved it, how she was always touching it, how the vibration she said she felt, and that really attracted me towards it. I want a relationship like that with my own crystal, but I don't want to make a useless purchase. I think I want to ease myself into it, especially since I don't have many crystals. I haven't really connected with the crystals I have. I do plan on buying more crystals. I plan to get blue lace agate, citrine, clear quartz, maybe a sunstone and a moonstone, possibly tiger's eye. All tumbled, all relatively small to medium in size. I probably won't get anything as big as my quartz. Depends on how big their definition of medium and small is. But I don't really use my crystals for anything other than holding, meditating. I probably could use them in magical workings, but I haven't. My belief is that when you have a crystal in a room, it absorbs the energy. In this household, there's a lot of negative energy. Not so much from me, but my boyfriend and his father are a little bit more on the negative side. His father has had 2 failed marriages, and he's a very jaded type of person. It's just how he is now, and that negativity leaches over towards me and my boyfriend's relationship. He often tells us that men are not meant to be monogamous creatures, that relationships don't work, etc., etc. And that is not really something I want to hear when I'm living with my boyfriend long term and we plan to be together for a long time. It's really hard. So, just having my crystals out in this atmosphere, I like to cleanse them frequently. And it's a hassle sometimes to cleanse them because I like to cleanse them with all 4 elements. Which can be time consuming. I probably should have left these in salt water longer, but I didn't, so I did charge them, but I don't know, I really like my rose quartz, as you can tell. I'm going to put this away now, and I have only just really started to do a lot of research on crystals. And the properties that I came up with these, I looked at green aventurine too, because I believe that's what my lighter green crystals are, even though I'm not entirely sure. Looked at the properties of malachite, looked at the properties of rose quartz, and I realized that what people say about crystals finding their way to you is absolutely true, because the properties of all of those crystals are things that would have helped me at the time that I got them. If only I had realized it. That is some laziness on my part for not doing research after I actually bought them, and well, part of my my I know it all attitude as a teenager when I got them as well. So now I know, and now I can put these crystals to better use. Though I'm a little iffy with healing type crystals. Don't really know how to do it. Kind of interested in it because I do have epilepsy, and there's this one stone, a couple stones I believe, that are said to help with epilepsy, but there was no information given on it. I don't even know if I really buy into the whole epilepsy helping type thing, but it's a thought. Anything that helps, I'm for. So this has been my video on crystals. Feel free to leave a message or a comment or a video response, and I'll get back to you. Bye!